Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's energy update with me, Rebecca.meisl, for February 25th through to March 3rd. I initially just want to start this reading off with a little bit of an apology. I have been under the weather all week long, and I'm finally just getting back to myself again. So I apologize if I feel a little bit lower vibration at the moment. I'm just still in that recovery phase. Been trying to give myself lots of rest. So that's why there was no energy update last week. And so I apologize for that, but I'm very excited to start getting back into my normal routine again, and did some channeling this morning, and I'm feeling up to doing this recording today. So without further ado, let's dive into what came through for us as we move into this next week. So we have a lot of themes surrounding our dreams this week, and we have a lot of themes surrounding letting go of long-standing problems and finding those solutions and really becoming proactive in our approach to life and moving forward in the direction that we really see ourselves moving forward. So we have a lot around removing these roadblocks or these belief systems that are standing in our way of really going and taking that next step. And we also have a huge creative energy that's really flowing very strongly, as well as we're in now Pisces season. So this is very much some of these themes that we're going to be seeing this week and as we move forward in the season. But what really channeled first was finding solutions to problems and finding a way out of trouble, making the path easy and filled with delight. This was so interesting because what they were really showing me here was this Wheel of Fortune energy. So with the Wheel of Fortune card in tarot, it's like the wheel of life is constantly turning. Things are constantly moving. And we have to trust that even if we're going through trouble or difficulty right now, that wheel is going to keep going. This situation is only temporary. And what I keep hearing was like, we need to recognize that we have the power, we have the ability to creatively brainstorm and find solutions to our problems. And so we have to remember that things are going to shift, things are going to change, and they're going to continue to do so because that is how life is. Nothing is staying the same, nothing is staying stagnant forever. And if we're seeing repeat cycles, this is where we need to go, okay, why have I created this same reality for myself over and over again? So what I'm really seeing this week is this awareness to some of these long-standing problems and what we need to shift to make sure that the situation is going to be temporary. So what I'm hearing is we're finding this way out, and it's interesting. They're just showing me now someone in deep snow, and it's like creating a tunnel out of the snow. And when we think of snow, a lot of times it's very encompassing. I know here in Alberta, Canada, we get a lot of snow in the wintertime. So much so that sometimes when it blankets everything, where you have no idea what's underneath the surface. And it becomes so compact and so large and encompassing that you can actually build a lot of these little tunnels in the snow when it's deep enough. And so they're kind of showing me that example of someone who's in the snow and they're making these tunnels. So it's like we might have just seen this big, compact mountain of snow, and that might be how we feel when it comes to our problems. It's like, I don't know what's beneath the surface. I can't see anything else but what's right in front of me, and it all looks the same. It all is uniform. I don't know how I'm going to make this shift. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get out of here. But what they're showing me is someone being innovative in digging, right? It's like, let's make this tunnel. Let's create this tunnel underneath the snow and find my way out. So this is what they're kind of showing me as an example of our problems. And this week we might see that. We might be like, wow, there's just this huge mountain of snow. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get through it. I don't know how I'm going to get out of here. I can't see anything but what's in front of me. But they're like, remember, you are so strong. You are innovative. You are creative. You are expansive. And you absolutely can see beyond this challenge if you allow yourself to take your power back and really start creatively brainstorming. So what I'm really seeing is solutions are going to arise this week. And what's so beautiful is a lot of us, it's actually just a shift in perception that's necessary. So they're showing me like the Hanged Man card in tarot. So once again, it's like getting a shift in perspective. It's time to take a look at our lives in a fresh, innovative way. And they're just kind of giving me this example of like doing the same thing over and over again is that definition of insanity. So it's like, where are we knocking our head against a wall, trying to do the same things over and over again that we know really aren't working? It's time to shift our perspectives. It's time to take this creative energy that's very prevalent in Pisces season and really get this awareness of how we need to shift. So we're going to be making the path easy and filled with delight. So once again, the shift in perspective that's highlighted is shifting things and viewing things in a way that can make less work for us. So what I'm hearing is, once again, that word innovative. That's very strong here. We need to be innovative. Where are we, once again, making the path a struggle? Where are we making things harder than they need to be? And where do we actually need to take a step back and get that bigger perspective and look at things from this bird's eye view and go, okay, well, what's the easiest way for me to reach my destination? What's the easiest way for me to really slice through this problem and leave it in the past? So what came through was, how can you create a path that's easy and filled with delight, right? Because once again, even when we have problems that arise in our life, it's all about our attitude and how we are moving through that, because there's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be things that surface that are going to throw us for a loop and frustrate us, but it's all about how we conquer these mountains, okay? So how can you live a life full of peace and contentment? What lingering fears still scurry beneath the surface? What are you hiding from yourself that could actually be a good thing? It's time to get out of the danger zone and into real safety. Be mindful of your eyes and where you place your focus. So this was super interesting. Once more, we're being called to really cultivate this rest. And what I mean by that is this energy of rest where you feel so safe in your life. You feel so at home in your life that there's nothing that's causing urgency. There's nothing that's triggering you and causing excess fear, where you just feel so at peace where you are, no matter what is happening, that you can actually rest. Okay, now that's something a lot of us, especially in Western society, have a hard time understanding and feeling, and it can feel very foreign to us to actually create a life that we could actually be restful in. And I often use this expression of being held. So the universe a lot of times will show me this, like the creator's arms and just holding an individual. And it's like, see, we're holding you. see you are safe to just be in this moment and to be held and to be taken care of. And it's this beautiful divine feminine essence, this energy that makes us feel so safe and secure. And what's so beautiful is that's what all of us deserve. All of us deserve to have these moments and to have a life where we feel fully supported by life instead of afraid of life and what's around the next bend. And we need to come to this awareness. If we are not feeling this ever, if we are not cultivating this in our lives, we need to identify what those root fears are that are disturbing that peace and disturbing that reality, or holding that reality off from us. Because this is what we each deserve, is to feel safe and secure in our lives. So where are we not at peace? Where are we not feeling content? And what lingering fears are still beneath the surface? So once more, outwardly, we might have actually had this period of time where we're like, you know what, actually, I'm feeling like I've really worked on myself. I'm feeling like I've really created peace. I'm making the effort. I'm doing the self-care. But if you were truly honest and you really went in to yourself and really went into your body, what fear is still there? What emotions are still there that we need to face? And this is where deep honesty and introspection will be required this week, because when we think of Pisces, it is a pure water sign. It's the fish. It can't live outside of the water. It lives in the depths. And that's exactly what we have to recognize throughout the season, is we need to go deep. You know, this is not surface level stuff that we're dealing with in this time frame. So we need to go beneath the surface, the seemingly appearance of contentment and peace that we might have created, and gone, is there anything beneath there that is still causing a fear-based energy in me, a fear-based vibration in me? And with that, this is now the time to really see it and honor it and really get to that energy and go, okay, what is it that I have been hiding from myself? What needs to be revealed? What do I need to see and be honest about? And with that, they're really saying that we tend to avoid. So it's very natural when there's something beneath the surface and we know it's there and we don't want to face it, we avoid it, right? But they're going like it's time. If you stop procrastinating and face this actual truth that's in you, this fear that's in you, this worry, this big underlying doubt or concern that's in your solar plexus, that's where they're showing me this fear, you know, this could actually be a very good thing for you. And I'm hearing it's going to bring a lot of relief when we actually go to the seed of that problem, the seed of that doubt. And it's going to really free us when we bring that courage in to face those inner demons. So I heard like it's time to get out of the danger zone, in the sense of maybe that's how we've been feeling, that we're in a fight or flight, or we keep feeling like we're endangered by life. It's time to shift this. It's time to change this, because this is not worthy of you, my friends. And this is what the universe wants you to know this week. You don't deserve to be in fear the rest of your life. You don't deserve to be in this space where you're constantly worrying about what's next, where you're constantly looking at your problems as this all-encompassing mountain that you can't see past. It's time to get innovative. It's time to get creative and hold your own, hold your power again in your life, and realize that no matter what is happening, the wheel of life is always shifting, and you have the power to shift with it. So, my friends, it's time to get out of that danger zone and into real safety. And this is so beautiful because once again, it's this transformation, this beautiful inward shift that is really taking place that's going to change our outer reality massively. So when you think of that, where it's like, okay, if I make these inner shifts, if I remove this deep-seated fear that I have, this long-standing problem, and really get to the point of it, this is going to massively shift what I now start to manifest. Because if I start plucking this fear from the root and really reinstating this feeling of safety in my life and that creating that reality, like imagine how this is going to create such a lasting foundation for your dreams moving forward. If you remove that doubt, if you remove that fear, if you remove those self-sabotaging, procrastinating energies, how do you think that's going to shift your manifestations? How do you think that's going to shift the reality that you're in right now? Okay, so this is where they're giving us this caution, like be mindful of your eyes and where you're placing your focus. Because once again, we need to remember that we need to maintain this new mentality. Okay, so how can we do that? How can we maintain a reality that supports us, that loves us, that nurtures us, that makes us feel safe and held? Well, one of the big things was with this abundance mindset. So we've had a really big theme of that this past while. So what came through was daydream. Daydream often. Okay, this is very typical Pisces energy. Pisces tends to live in the dream world and sometimes has a hard time having reality, okay? But this is what's so beautiful about this energy is it's helping us really actually go into the side of ourselves that maybe a lot of us struggle with. Maybe we struggle really with dreaming. Maybe we struggle seeing ourselves being successful. Okay, so this is what we're being called to do. This is the energy. Daydream often. The skies are the limit. Go beyond the expectations you have of yourself and see into the future of your dreams. What is your greatest delight? Is it what you imagined? Is it what's best for you? Reframe your dreams in a way that brings joy to your heart. And do not lean upon your own understanding. Trust bigger forces are at work. Trust life will always be meant for you. Believe and you shall see. Okay, this was really beautiful. So with this, we're starting to really lean in and once again get an assessment of what is best for us moving forward. So some of us have been really stuck in the logistics of our dreams. Some of us might have a really hard time letting go of the practical applications, the path for life that we might have created in our mind's eye. And this is very, they're kind of giving me like Capricorn energy where it's like very studious, very conscious, very aware, and sometimes borders control, like too much control. Okay, so with this, they're kind of making me feel this way where it's like structure, and we've forgotten to be in the playfulness. We've forgotten to move into the childlike wonder, the essence, the energy of what is actually very, very important when it comes to manifestation of our dreams. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to clear my throat there. So where do we need to go beyond? Okay, so what was interesting was the word expectation. where we need to go beyond the expectations we have of ourselves. So once again, when we think of our dreams, we can sometimes have a very linear viewpoint of them. This is what it has to happen. This is what I see. This is my vision, my picture of my end game, my end goal. But once again, they're just showing me where we're a little inflexible, where we're not fluid in our dreams. And once more, they're showing me the Pisces symbol. So we need to be like the fish. We need to flow. Water doesn't have that rigid structure. It flows. You can't control it. You can't tame it. It is what it is. And that's what we have to do, is come to this amazing energy of, once again, safety in the flow and allowing ourselves to let go so we can let our dreams flourish in any way that they're going to flourish. And really come to this space of joy in that flow of movement. So what is your greatest delight? Okay, what is your greatest delight? And once again, don't put limits on what that is. Let it flow. Okay, the sky is the limit. Now, think about that truly. If there were no limits, what could be possible for your life? If you removed any outcome to your dreams, if you removed these certain expectations, could that not bring more energy in for freedom of flow? Could that not bring in more abundance and beauty when we allow things to happen the way the universe deems them to happen? And when we let go of that control, freedom comes in. And what they're showing me is that's what most of us desire, is freedom. When we think of that end goal that we have for ourselves, is that not it? Is it love? Is it space? Is it freedom to be yourself? Really narrow down on those feelings, because a lot of times we attach these outcomes to give us these things, these emotions, the high of love, the high of life, the freedom to do what we want. But where are we able to give ourselves that experience right now? So what I'm hearing, it's important for us to practice this week those emotions that we're trying to recreate. Why not give yourself these things now? Why not relieve yourself of the rigidity of that foundation you thought you needed to have? The constant in the future aspect, and allow yourself to flow. So, what is it that you imagined? And is it what's actually best for you? This is what we need to ask ourselves when it comes to our dreams. Is what I've been dreaming of actually what I need? Is what I've been dreaming really what I imagined it would be? Because how many times have we accomplished dreams and still felt the same? Where do we need to give ourselves freedom? Where do we need to recognize the emotional needs that our dreams are trying to show us? And how can we meet those emotional needs now, regardless to putting them off to the future? So how we can do that? What brings joy to your heart? What brings joy to your heart? Some of us might not even know anymore. What brings actual joy? So what I'm hearing is, don't intellectualize this. Live into this. It's time to create a life that brings you lasting joy. Not in the future, but now. It's time to stop planning and start being. So what was so beautiful was, do not lean upon your own understanding. Okay? So once again, don't intellectualize this week. It's time to feel it. It's time to be in the flow. It's time to trust. okay? And this is going to be the leap of faith that we're going to need to take. Trust that bigger forces are always at work in your life. And trust that your life will always be meant for you. Okay, so this was so beautiful. So we have to believe. So what came through was, believe and you shall see. Trust you belong. Stop fighting your own inner resistance. These times are meant to show you who you really are. If all has been taken away, it has been to reveal what's truly inside. So this was so profound. You know, a lot of us have gone through really big life changes the past few years. A lot of us have been stripped of so much. Even in the sense of when we went through the pandemic, that was such an awakening time for many, because with that strip back of our regular lives, our day to day, not being able to have the freedoms we once experienced, a lot of us were forced to sit with ourselves, to be with ourselves, right? And that's just one example. So a lot of us have gone through this complete 360 shift in our perspectives. We've had relationships that have come to an end. We've had careers perhaps that have come to an end. We've had these sudden endings and wrap up of chapters more recently, even just our healing and spiritual expansion. So with that comes this energy of reflection where it's like, wow, who am I without these things? Who am I when I strip away all the fluff of life, all the drama of life, all the external of life? And I'm just in the energy of being. And it's really required a lot of us to take a very large inward look at ourselves and the way we're living and who we are choosing to be and what we've chosen to define us. This has been very strong in the collective readings. Who are you? If everything was stripped away, who would you be? So they're showing me a very large part of us have been experiencing an ego death, which is where our perception of ourselves, our identity that has been given us, has died. And we've had to rebuild that. We're in the midst of this, rebuilding our own identity. And that's very profound when you think about it, right? So once again, if the ego has been created for us, as it has for all of us, people have told us who we are, people have given us their beliefs, this is how it works, right? Now we are identifying our true authenticity and going, what is true for me? Who am I without outside and external influence? Who am I without my job? Who am I without this relationship? Who am I without my past? Okay? Huge, huge shifts. But what's so beautiful is even through this ego death that we've been experiencing, we're getting this leap of faith to realize that even if all these things have been stripped away, we belong here. And we might have questioned that. We might have questioned our journey. We might have questioned, I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't even know what I like anymore. I don't know what's right for me anymore. But we have this beautiful anchor, which is the universe. And the universe is helping us face these things that are not true for ourselves. They're helping us face these things and give us the courage to question, even when it's been extremely difficult. So this is why we've been stripped away of these things, to show us who we really are deep down. Okay? And it's taken that to help really truly reveal who we are inside. So we might have gone through a lot of isolation. Okay, so for some of us, this might resonate. Isolation has served its purpose. Okay, this is what's so beautiful with Channeled. Champion yourself now. Learn to trust your feet and follow the roadmap already placed in your heart. All roadways lead to peace. This was absolutely amazing because when you think of this, we're now once again learning how to really trust ourselves and the universe to show us the way. So even if we felt like we don't know anything anymore, we don't know who we are, we have this like confusion, this space of in between, if that's been you, now is the time to champion yourself and to trust that you will always be right where you need to be. And this next steps for you will always be shown. And I love this because it was like, learn to trust your feet and follow the roadmap that is already in your heart. And to trust that wherever this roadmap of your heart leads, it's leading to your peace. It's leading to a fulfilling life because you've chosen to do the work and you're choosing to champion yourself. We're not looking to the external to champion us anymore. We're not looking to the external to define us anymore. We've taken back our power and we're going, I've got me and I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to trust my path. I'm ready to trust the path that has been laid before me, that's been placed in my heart, and I'm listening. And this is bringing incredible fulfillment and transformation in our lives. So what came through next was inner acceptance that brings resounding peace. So with this beautiful awareness, with this new cultivation of our own ego now, our own identity, our authentic selves, we might have these doubts that surface that want to question if we're good enough, where we are questioning if we deserve this space in our life. Okay, so where do we need to have more acceptance? Has this been coming up for you? Have you been having a hard time accepting your place in the world? Have you had a hard time accepting where you are right now in your journey? Have you had a hard time accepting the closure that has happened in your life, the closing of these chapters where you've been departing from? Have you been having a hard time accepting your body? Right? Where do we need more acceptance? Where are you not enough? And where are you still struggling with your own delight? This is what Channeled. Are you free to open the door to your true inner peace? So then we have the Aquarian theme here coming in, right? Where are you not free? Where are you still clinging to the false ideologies you've created for your life? Identify the parts of you that are still in resistance to your joy and fulfillment. Where do you still believe you don't deserve? Fight this feeling of separation and doubt. Believe and make your dreams come true. So this is very fascinating. So once again, we need to come to this awareness this week of any of these doubts or any of these fears that are keeping us in a space of separation from the unconditional love of the universe and the unconditional love that we need to be giving ourselves. Where are we endorsing separation? Where are we still feeding that lie? Because that's what it is. It's not true. No one is separate. Everything is always one. So where are you still in resistance to the truth? Where are you still in resistance that you don't deserve to live a life where you're at peace with yourself, where you are at peace with others in your life, right? Where are we feeding old stories that don't serve us anymore? So one big one that was really coming up this week was sorrow. The sorrow over the lack in our lives, what we haven't received, where we're not yet successful. These are some examples of some of these stories that might really be repetitive, that make us feel like we're still not deserving, that make us feel like we're being punished. And we might feel sorrow and hurt, where it's like, when do I get to actually have my dreams? This might come through this week. Okay, there's a huge theme around that. So what was really interesting was this wake-up call that the universe decided to dish out this week, which is, okay, if you start reading this story, okay, if you start getting into the story, when am I going to get there? When am I going to have my dreams? Why are things not happening for me? Okay, this is what the universe has to say to you. You've changed your life. You've changed yourself. Yet you still cling to old beliefs that have no place in this new life that you have created. It's time to let go. You are abundant. You belong. You are no longer alone. Reinforce these beliefs every day. Make new footholds for your dreams, and you will accomplish everything that you have set out to do. Okay, now as I read this, I felt a resistance that rose intuitively here. So some of us might listen to that and we'll be like, yeah, okay, but we don't really believe it. Okay? Now, I want to ask you, has the universe ever lied to you? Think about that. Has the universe ever lied to you? So when I read these words, you've changed your life, you've changed yourself, you are abundant, you belong, you are no longer alone. Do you think the universe would tell you this if it wasn't true? Where are you in resistance? Where are you making yourself still the exception? And where are you not believing the universe and what it is saying to you? We need a wake-up call this week. A lot of us need a big wake-up call. Where are you calling the universe a liar? No, that couldn't be for me. No, I could never. No, I'll never reach my dreams. Even though the universe put those dreams in you for a reason. Where are you in such denial of your own worth that you call the universe a liar? Oof, powerful stuff, right? Powerful stuff. Where are we telling God, I can't do it? I'm not good enough, God, even though you gave me all the tools, all the beauty, all the gifts, and that desire is so strong in my heart. That dream is so strong in my heart, but I refuse to do it because I cannot see myself in my truth. We need to be honest. And this week, the universe is calling us out on our bullshit. Stop believing the lie. Stop feeding yourself those stories of poison. Because that is what they are. It is poison to your mind. It is poison to your body. Stop partaking in what no longer serves you, that has never served you. Stop being a willing participant in your own demise. It's time to truly choose yourself. It's time to truly champion yourself and stop thinking that you've conquered things when those fears are still underneath the surface. So I'm hearing we're getting called out on our bullshit. Where have you been procrastinating? Where have you not been doing the work? Where have you been denying your worthiness? A lot of us still are going, oh no, I'm deserving. I know I'm deserving. Your mind gets very good at hiding what we really feel. So the universe has no interest in what your brain is saying, is hiding. It has every interest in your heart and how you feel about yourself. And in turn, the thoughts that get fed from that story. So be very mindful this week. Where do we need to let go of anything that is hindering our forward progress and hindering our dreams? And I'm hearing a lot of us are going to be surprised. We're going to be so surprised that, oh wow, I guess there is still a feeling there. There still is doubt in my heart. Even though I've been doing all this work, there's still that feeling. So what we have to do is drop into that acceptance. Some of us need to have a good release this week. We're going to have to cry those tears because of those lies we've been telling ourselves, those lies we've been fed, wherever they herald from. And it's not your fault. Okay, a lot of you need to hear this is not your fault. This is not to shame you. This is not to make you feel bad. This is to help you be aware of the lies you've been told and how this has been holding you back from truly succeeding in your life, from truly living a love-based life, a free life. And this is what you deserve. So to move to this forward fulfillment, we need to remove these problems at the root. So we need to feel how we feel. We need to feel sad. We need to feel upset. We need to let those tears flow. And we need to ask our guides to support us. Once we've identified the root, ask and enlist the help of your guides and your angels. Help me to release this from my life. Help me release the need to have this problem anymore. I see it. I see why I needed this repetitive pattern. I see why this problem has come into my life to show me where I still believe I deserve this, right? To show me my true beliefs, beliefs that perhaps my ego hid from me. But I'm willing to let this go. I'm willing to change. I am willing to address my problems so I can live the best life that I deserve, So help me, angels, do this. Help me, spirit team, to remove any energetic cords that have me consistently feeding this energy. So we need to cut cords this week. We need to let go of guilt. We need to let go of shame. We need to let go of any of these negative, low self-worth and belief systems that are keeping us in separation from joy, happiness, fulfillment, from love, and remove them from our energies completely. So call in Archangel Michael if you need to learn how to cut cords. I have a blog post on my website all about it, teaching you, showing you, giving you an example how to actually visualize and do this step by step. Check it out. It's very important we remove these toxic energies so we can have love for ourselves and actually create an abundant life, because this is what you deserve. So it's time to let go, and it's time to reclaim these beliefs of what are true. What is the truth? The truth is you are abundant, you belong, and you are never alone. Reinforce these beliefs every day. And listen, this is the result. Make new footholds for your dreams, and you will accomplish everything you set out to do. Listen to that. The universe does not lie. If you start fostering your dreams on these new beliefs, which are true, I am abundant, I belong, I am never alone, watch as everything you have dreamed comes true. This is what the universe promises. The universe is giving us this beautiful opportunity to truly live a life that is authentic, that is so true, that everything we believe is now fostered in truth. It is our foundation. Our foundation previous was lies, where we were told we weren't good enough, where we were told we needed to be someone else other than who we were, where we needed to be fed toxicities, where we were listening to lies that made us feel sick, that actually perhaps caused us to be sick in mind, body, or soul. So think about the drastic change shifting these beliefs, exposing these lies, and removing them is going to do for you. Think about what your life will be when you actually grow from truth. That you are enough, that you are beautiful, that you are loved, that you are never alone, that you are always connected. Imagine what you'll be able to build in your life from these core foundations. Wow. This is the powerful move that we are being called to make. So eliminate and expose these toxicities this week. Reinstate the truth in your life and choose that truth every day. And know that if you do, your life will never be the same in the best of ways. So my friends, that's all I have for us this week. What a powerful and deep and profound reading, and honestly, I'm not surprised at all. Welcome to Pisces season. These are the types of things that we are going to see so prevalent the next little while that are going to make such inner and, as a result, outer changes to our reality. And it's absolutely magical. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening and tuning into my readings. If you enjoy them, please let me know below. Let me know your thoughts. What has been coming up for you throughout this time? What is it that you need help with? If I can be there at all for you, please let me know. Sending you all so much love and light. Have a beautiful and blessed week, my friends. Bye.